Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing another Dragon Ball Z discussion on was Gohan Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2 during his fight with Dabura. Now this is something that's been in the community for quite some time now, being debated here and there has never really been a direct answer. It's very hard to find a direct answer, but I'm going to throw my hat in the ring here and try my best to answer it, I suppose. So for starters, we know that Dabura has been compared to Cell, and I'm going to be taking cues from both the anime and the manga here, because in the manga the fight with Dabura is so short that it's very difficult to even judge what was going on because it's such a short fight. In the anime it's a much longer fight and there's much more dialogue to go off of. So for this one time I'm going to be using cues from both the anime and the manga. So like I was saying, he was compared to Cell by Goku, and we don't know if it was Super Perfect Cell or regular Perfect Cell. That's something that's never been concrete. We can say that Goku was feeling Super Perfect Cell's energy, but at the same time, Goku actually fought Perfect Cell and knows the extent to his power. It's not exactly clear how strong Super Perfect Cell was, because that whole time Super Perfect Cell was still holding back a lot of his strength, so it's very hard to say. One thing I need to mention is that during the fight with Dabura in the anime at least, the fight was a lot more, I suppose you could say, one-sided. Dabura was really toying with Gohan as stated by Vegeta in the anime, and Gohan was pretty much giving his all, and Dabura was toying with him as stated by Vegeta. Earlier on in the series, Gohan had went Super Saiyan 2 in the World Martial Arts Tournament, and Vegeta saw that and was not impressed at all by him. Going forward in the series, Gohan's performance against Dabura, Vegeta just wasn't impressed there either, and that is very interesting that he would make that comparison, leading me to believe that in that instance he would be comparing a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan against Dabura. It's very, very difficult to figure this out, because we also see that in the manga, since we don't know exactly how strong Dabura is, in the manga the fight's a lot more even. We don't exactly know where their power lies. For Dabura, if it's Perfect Cell or Super Perfect Cell, that would make this a lot more easier to debate. I'm just saying, if it was Super Perfect Cell, I could maybe see them being somewhat even if Gohan was Super Saiyan 2. If Dabura is still holding back power, we don't know if he was holding back a lot of power or not. At the same time, if Gohan was Super Saiyan 1 fighting Dabura in the manga, that would make the fight not make sense, because Super Saiyan 1 Gohan was weaker than Perfect Cell, and this Gohan that's in the Buu Saga is even weaker than that Gohan, so that would mean that the performance we see Gohan against Dabura in the manga wouldn't make any sense. It would only make sense for that Gohan to be Super Saiyan 2 in my mind. So to add upon that, later we see that, Gohan, like I said, was giving his all in the anime. Absolute best. We don't know if he was Super Saiyan 1 or 2, obviously, like I've mentioned. That's what this whole video is about. Later, when they're going back to the egg to fight, to destroy the egg for Majin Buu that Majin Buu is in, he sees Dabura there. Gohan sees Dabura there, and Dabura is very confident he can defeat him, but that can obviously be just for Dabura's pep talk to himself. He's so confident of himself. Goku tells Gohan that he needs to let his anger go out, like he did against Cell, tapped into all that hidden strength, and if he does that, no one can beat him. Gohan had about to power up, and he says, "I'm angry, but not like last time." Then he powers up to whatever form he's in. We can assume that we don't know. This makes it even harder, because we don't know if he's in Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2 even here, because he couldn't get angry enough to do whatever Goku wanted. You might be able to argue that the whole thing about Goku saying to get angry, that could be related to when Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan defeated Cell, and he had unleashed that hidden potential within him during that Kamehameha clash. That little last ounce of hidden potential he had left, his energy exploded in that instant when Vegeta had distracted Cell. We don't know if that's exactly what they were referring to, and it's very hard to judge, and it's all up for assumption and debate, really. But this is a very, very interesting topic. But to really wrap it up, guys, I just don't see why Gohan, being that he was Super Saiyan 2 earlier, And then Vegeta, like I said, had made that comment, wasn't impressed, and then Vegeta again wasn't impressed when Gohan was in a Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 form. Vegeta wasn't impressed when he was fighting Dabura. I don't understand why Gohan would let himself be beaten or be losing to Dabura if he was in a Super Saiyan 1 form. He would want to be in Super Saiyan 2 at his maximum if he can do that. It wouldn't make any sense why he would be able to forget it or anything. So like I'm saying, guys, in the anime, I think it's much more clear-cut that Gohan would be Super Saiyan 2, but in the manga it's a little bit more complicated. But to take cues from all of them, I think that, at least in my opinion, I would say that Gohan was more than likely Super Saiyan 2. But like I said, it's not clear-cut, guys. It's just so many contradicting things that really go upon us. And if you really want to go as far as to talk about art style with his hair being extra spiky or there's no electricity, that I think is the wrong way to look at it, because that has been an inconsistency in the whole series between, you know, using electricity and all that stuff and the hair. That's been a major inconsistency in the whole series, so I think that's the wrong way to look at it. But like I said, I think that, in my opinion, there's more to support that he was Super Saiyan 2, or it would make more sense at least. It would be a lot easier if we knew how strong Dabura was, if he was close to Perfect Cell or Super Perfect Cell. Like I was saying, if he was close to Perfect Cell, a Super Saiyan Gohan would have been a considerable amount weaker than that Dabura. And if they were talking about Super Saiyan or Super Perfect Cell, a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan would have been a decent amount weaker than that Dabura, if that makes sense. So it's all very complex, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. This was a very interesting topic and a harder one to plan out, actually, because it's such a short discussion, really. You know, it's a lot hard to get a grasp on what's going on because there's not a lot of information. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to debate with me, go ahead, debate amongst each other. If I left out anything, please say so. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later.